Hello everybody! I will stop going out because slowness today. Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Nightmare Troubadour. Masochist mode. We'll have a nice little sleep to start the day. It's morning, did you know this?
No.
Me neither. Today's the day of the tournament finals. I have to get to the arena quick. Okay, I guess we're not getting our Ode pack. Oh, I think there's a card shop here, actually. Guinness Cup Tournament Finals. John Doe, congrats on making the tournament finals. Yeah, John Doe, I knew you'd make it. I can't wait to duel you. Same here. The opening ceremonies of the Guinness Cup Tournament Finals will commence shortly. Duelists, please come to the... Oh, that was someone else. Okay. It looks like it's about to start. Now let's get going, John Doe. Why do you keep calling me my full name? I know that's what I put in my name field, but come on, guys. Finalists, I commend you on surviving the grueling preliminaries. However, there can be only one winner. It's time to bring your A game and duel to the best of your abilities. In this tournament, you will compete in match format. This means the first person to win not one, but two duels advances. Now let the tournament finals begin. All competitors, please go to the locker room. Wait there until it's your turn to duel. Prepare for your duel in this locker room. Are you ready to duel? Call me. Is that how it works? You don't duel at a scheduled time, you just duel when you're ready. Sure. Anyway, yes, there's a shop here, so we can get our Ode pack. So let's pull up the wheel, as we ended with
Wheel
of spin. Broken seal. Seal. Chat back up. Okay. Oops, you. I forgot we had $9,999,999 dollars. Ooh, Celtic Guardian. Oh, Magician of Faith. That's not bad at all. Probably put that in. So we have a format question to consider for the tournament. So at the end of the tournament, we get a special card pack. So my question is, do we still get one pack per win, or do we skip those in favor of the end of tournament pack? Or do we just get them and get them anyway?
I think, skip in the, so that the pack that you get in the tournament takes the place of a pack you would otherwise.
Okay, so basically just for our final match, we don't get a pack then? Except for
because you get the other,
Yeah, okay. What's that for Magician of Faith? There you are. I gotta remember the order of the alphabet. Locker room. There might be somebody in here. Maybe. Hi, Serenity. Let's duel. No. Imagine going to a tournament and then thinking, well, why don't I just duel random people instead of the tournament matches?
I mean, that's... Never been to a Magicon, have you?
Oh yeah, fair enough, I have not. Roland, let's duel. Saved to one slot. Here we go. The semi-finals of the Guinness Cup Tournament will now begin. Well, wait, the semi-finals? There's only 4 people?
It's time to disassociate.
And you keep it nice and clean, as opposed to... Rock. Rock. Haha.
Good old rock.
Nothing beats rock, except paper. Oh my god, the Coliseum background. And we'll chase her. You don't have heavy storm. I'm also gonna count the match as just one win. And that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah.
If we the Iron Knight. Apple. Lol. You freed the dead knight. You can't set a bunch of cards, that's my thing. Needle wall. Beetle ads. I'll hold off on Metal Mark for the moment. Don't know what he has as a back row. Don't want to overcommit. Why is he just like got a sword attached to his underside anyway?
Why not?
Bro has like 6 arms. You'd think that'd be enough, but I guess not.
No.
Try again. Oh. Hey, Battle Axe! Kazajan. I don't need that though. Yet. Fight. My mechanical chaser. Fight them. Alligator sword. I'm just thinking about on the anime, Joey's first deck was just 40 normal monsters.
Yeah.
I think it's especially funny that Yugi was like, you can't build a deck with only monsters, Joey. You need spells and traps. And then years later, we got super heavy samurai archetype, which is literally a deck that relies on having only monsters.
I think it'd been funny if Joey had been overcorrected and like his next deck was like only spells and traps.
Yeah. I decided to play Chainburn. Speaking of no monsters, that noodle walt's been quite annoying, actually. Baby Dragon does not deserve that. Ow, my bone. Ah, you missed. Remember when Joey had a second baby dragon? Yeah, me neither. Oh.
Alice Jason, thank you for the 54 months.
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah.
Thank you as always. I love looking over at the gifted subs, and it's like third place is 1, second place is 5, and then there's you with 81.
There was a while there where I was trying to do a bunch for every beathon, and that just I haven't done that lately. But
yeah, no, that's fair.
I should probably at some point try to get like round it up to like an even 100.
Oh sure, that's reasonable.
Nothing in this world is reasonable these days. Why should I?
Oh, that's so true. We truly live in the strangest timeline. Neo, the magic swordsman. That's his name. Tiger Axe. I just realized there's little there's little game winner indicators on the screen.
Yeah.
Below the little stylus icon. What are you gonna do? You got 850 life points. Ah. Wheeler. Fight and win. Saga the Destroyer, you know he's got a fusion substitute monster so he can summon flame swords more easily. God.
You win!
You win! Oh, we can side deck. Match second round. Oh my god, Joey, you didn't have a monster? Oh no. Oh no, poor Joey.
The real monster was inside us all along.
Ooh, fairy box. And phase. Alright, Joseph. Four. Oh, I got to draw a card. Thanks, Joey. Heart of Greed. Wow, you managed to draw a monster. That's great, Joey. That's real great. I'm sure you got this one in the bag, Joey. Don't worry about it. Fairy box is such an annoying card. I don't know if I'd say that it's good, but it's definitely annoying.
What's in the mystery box? Ooh. Oh, I have to discard a card. Okay. Goodbye, Neo. Battle Warrior! He fights with his bare hands! That's true, that's his flavor text. The warrior that fights with his bare hands.
Imagining a warrior whose hands have been replaced with entire bears.
Ooh, that's exciting. Sequel to Bug Snacks looking strange.
As opposed to Bugsnax, which looks so normal.
Right? You know, I just found out, I just watched a playthrough of Bug Snacks for the first time yesterday, and it did not go where I was expecting it to.
Yeah?
I don't know where I was expecting it to go, but not there.
Well.
At least we have Bunger. Bunger, 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 bunger. I looked at the developer's Twitter account, just the B in LGBT stands for Bunger, and it's just Bunger with rainbow flag wrapping. Thank God that a parasite that will turn you into food is definitely the LGBT rep we needed. I should have used Rush Recklessly. Oh well.
You know how it is.
I mean, yes, to be fair, it's also not like they could say that on the promotion, because that's spoilers.
Yeah.
Sorry if anyone doesn't know the plot of Bug Snacks that's watching this. Okay, 4 monsters, only one of them needs to hit. Here we go. I think I smell popcorn. Good job, Joseph. Won the match. Whoa, you've getting stronger.
That's even more egregiously not correct than his usual speech. That may be a typo.
Nah. It's just that I'm getting stronger, is all.
Okay.
Time for the funny wheel! And it's Flight to a New World. Ba-ding! Nope. 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 Quick talk, pack generator. Time for the finals now, I think. The final match of the Beginner's Cup tournament. Imagine going to a tournament event and there's literally only 4 competitors.
I mean, it's the semifinals.
Yeah. But it's like they rent out the whole event grounds just for that?
Yeah.
Like the rest of the tournament is just preliminaries and they do a whole...
Well, again, they could do what they've been doing for Magic these days of, like, they have the big, you know, the finals world championship or whatever, where it's like, oh yeah, we have like, what, 16 people or whatever. And the rest of the convention center is like side events where people sign up to play other games and have stuff, right? Like, that's pretty standard.
Right,
There's a space where you can go and you can watch the big tournament, or you can go and play games yourself.
Hey, you have more experience with this than I do. I'll take your word for it. Ow.
They have, like, you know, convention panels and everything.
Quite conventional.
Event exclusive merch.
Oh, exchange. Oh, he picked randomly. I thought I got to pick which one to give him. Should I steal his Dark Magician? It's not good, but it would be funny.
It would be funny.
So I'm gonna do it.
I still always think of the there's like I don't like of all the things to remember from it, but from the Duel Masters anime, the one guy who's like, I've used your signature card, Bullshock Dragon, as mana. Isn't that so demoralizing? Now I can defeat you so easily. It's like, no, it's not even like, okay, dude, it's a card. Sure. I play my Bullshock Dragon as a creature and attack. Like,
Resh recklessly. You will not be attacking the moon today, Yugi. I still think it's funny that they made that into a card, by the way. Hey. Wow. Really? Really, Yugi? Oh. Oh, this will be funny. Check this out. I sacrifice your Dark Magician. Isn't it demoralizing, Yugi? Yeah. Ow, my bone! Magician of Black Chaos, Demok's awkward younger brother. If this was the anime, Yugi would have 100 life points left, which means he's about to win, right?
yeah, sure.
Well, it's almost like he doesn't have the Pharaoh's power of willing cards to the top of his deck or something. Shoutouts to Yu-Gi-Oh! Zale for making that, like, an explicit ability of protagonists and other characters called Shining Draw. He draws cards that weren't in his deck before. Like,
That happened.
that's definitely cheating.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, it depends. I'm thinking of like, there's a manga for the Digimon card game, where because the whole thing is, they're playing a card game, but it is in a virtual world. Like, it's just sort of like, yes, obviously the cards are not actual physical objects and can spontaneously change, and if that happens, then because there's like clearly still not fully like grokking like, this isn't just like part of the game. There is like, this is, someone did program this. This is other stuff is going on here. Like, it must be part of the game that the cards in my deck have all completely changed to completely different cards.
It's like Kaiba playing Obelisk in Dark Side of Dimensions. Like, bro, you literally have 5 monster cards. Like, you have 5 your 5 monster card zones are full. You can't play any monsters. It's not a monster. It's a god. Okay, but the rules are still.
Yeah, well.
Rebo. Ooh, polymerization. Gonna make Chimera? Yep. Okay, I activate Metamorph. And your Chimera dies. Lol-lamau. Front-facing Curse of Dragon is not a good look. I'm just gonna be real.
Oh, audio just went very crunchy again. What was that?
I said front-facing Curse of Dragon is not a good look.
Hmm.
Kill! Barrel imp. I grapple.
There any other kind of imp?
Just horn in.
Yeah, but isn't it? I mean, like, you're using a different description, but is it not feral?
No, he's domesticated.
Oh, okay.
It's actually been clicker trained. I don't know what kind of answer you were expecting.
No, that's exactly the answer I was hoping for. Thank you.
I'm glad I could provide. Go, Jiragumo! Destroy half of my life points. Get landmine spidered. Oh no, not Celtic Guardian! Oh no, not Celtic Guardian! Oh, this will be funny. Kill. Well, Yugi, you seem to be out of options. Oh, I can add insult to injury. Normal summon Magician of Faith.
Hmm? Sorry, it keeps going crunchy.
Oh no. I'm just adding insult to injury for Yugi and I'm attacking him directly with Magician of Faith. For Isak lethal. BMing Yugi. Sigh, I lost. John Doe, you're really good. I hope we can duel again sometime. Statistically, we will. The victory ceremony starts slowly. Let's return. Start slowly? I think that's a mistranslation.
Yeah, that doesn't sound quite right.
The Beginners Cup duels have ended and we have a winner. The champion is John Doe. You're awesome, champ. I wonder who the other competitor in the semifinals was. Who dueled Yugi in the first round? We may never know. 1,000 KC points. Yay! I'll just put that next to my other ones. Yeah, Roland? Oh, good.
Well, also still having pretty regular technical difficulties on the audio going all wonky, but
Oh, is it just my mic or is the game audio?
like, I don't know if it's I don't think there's anyone. Like, I'm wondering if it's an issue on my end or not, but I don't think anyone's in chat to confirm whether you sound okay on the stream. So.
I don't know. I'll poke the Discord.
Like, it'll be like, you know, often it'll be like you're not while you're saying anything, and it'll just be like, oh, the music's going all weird, or like, it'll be like for part of what you're saying, I'll be able to make it out. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be rude and just like complain about it, but like also like, I realize like then also the end product is like, if it is on screen, then it's like not great.
Someone stole the prize. Oh my god, it's Yugi Moto, but not. Let's split up and search for clues, gang. Oh, he literally says that.
Yeah.
Would you like to save? Okay. So we're still gonna count our 1 pack for that as the prize pack, but we just don't have yet. So any other duels will get the normal. Hey Taya, did you steal it? You gotta tell me the truth, Taya. Start. Random mercy. Hey, maybe if you were running bad reactions to emoji, that'd be decent. I don't think you are, so... Daka. Silo Hero number 2. Or she's now known, Flop Kid.
There'll still always be number 2 in our...
Oh, Magician of Faith. I don't think you have any spells in the grave. Hit your next main phase 1, please, Taya. Hi, Zach. Yeah. So, Jason, let me know that. Say something the next time you hear audio issues, and we'll see if stream can confirm or deny.
Okay, sure, like right now.
Oh.
Like, just as you were saying that.
Oh. How do we sound, Zagori?
Like now, like just now, you sounded fine when you asked how do we sound, but when you were saying, like, you definitely had like, oh, okay, well maybe it's just on my end then, but pretty, not good.
Yeah, of note is that I'm screenshot. I don't know if this matters. If I just screenshot Desmume normally, the emulator lags like forever.
Right.
So I'm currently running in administrator mode, which is apparently working, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Whoops! I pressed button.
Oh, well, that doesn't look right.
My perfectly normal physical DS capture is going wonky.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds like it's...
okay, I mean, yeah, I'm still, like, it's sounding mostly fine now, but I'm still, like, hearing, like, pretty regular, like, little bits of, like, God, I don't even know what, like, the term for it is, but, like...
Exploding?
Just, sort of, like, not peaking, but, like, static on, like, sort of when the, like, weird, sort of crunchy texture to the audio sometimes.
Weird.
Alright, well, thank you.
Moki. I just realized, what is this guy's, like, leggings all about?
You know,
Look,
fashion.
certainly making some kind of statement.
It's funny every time, just the battle fades with no monsters. Ooh, legend. Red archery girl. That's a Pegasus card. You can't have that. Attack! I know you were having some trouble with some issues with your headset earlier, Jason. I wonder if that's related.
Well, so the issue I was having with my headset was there's this infuriating feature that Sony headphones seem to have on by default, that it will stop playing audio if it hears you talking, as though it's assuming you're talking to someone in the same space, and you want the audio to stop, so that you can have a conversation, which I wouldn't want even if I was having a conversation in the same space, right? That's still not... I would not want it to stop you having the noise canceling and stop having all that. That doesn't make any sense. And so it seemed like when I had it connected, it would actually just stop playing and then stay not playing for a little while until I hadn't said anything for a minute or two, back to I would not get any audio. And so I went in and I changed that setting. But in terms of actual audio quality, these headphones are normally very good. So I don't think that is it. On the other hand, I don't know. Now it's not. Earlier it seemed like it was if I laid back a little bit more in my chair, and I was it's literally the positioning of the headphones or whatever. But
I don't know. So
I don't know.
Mind control is decent, but I don't think we're going to put that in because I don't think we have enough tribute monsters to really make it worthwhile yet. Actually, did it say can't attack or be tributed? I already forgot what it said.
I don't know. Here, you know what I'll try is because to do this I'm gonna have to join the call from my phone instead of my computer, so my microphone won't be as good. But just to see if the audio, if I can hear it, I'm gonna exit the call. I'm gonna join on my phone with different headphones and see if the audio is
alright.
Crackly.
Wait for Jason to get back. Welcome back.
Okay, let's see how the audio is now.
Alright, let's see if I sound any better this way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we figured it out. The person who stole the cards is Joey.
The thief has
God damn it,
blonde
George.
hair, says the guy with blonde hair. Wait a sec. The game thought of that. Have you seen anyone suspicious? I've seen a bunch of people wearing a dual disc on their arms. They must be aliens or time travelers. Great. Helpful. It's so weird to be in a Yu-Gi-Oh setting when people don't know what dual discs are.
Yeah.
Wow, no lead still. Oh, I think I know who the thief is now. We may encounter them at night.
Hmm.
Yugi, did you steal my cards? Ma. Just because she's blonde doesn't make her a thief. Hey, Serenity, did you steal it?
Okay, I will say I think the audio is clearer here. I wonder if it is... Because again, I've used those headphones and they're normally very good audio quality, so I wonder if it's like Discord on my desktop or something that is... I'm curious where the issue actually was.
Who can say? Battle phase. Attacker.
I love how there's all these monsters, and then there's just these three like small children dancing up and down.
Yeah. They're definitely allowed to be here. Where are your parents?
It's absolutely not past their bedtime or anything like that.
More children sent out to battle. We are not being very responsible.
A bunch
adults.
of children in like, pajamas. It's like, we are going to beat you to death.
Yeah.
And children can be vicious.
Yeah.
They're also small enough to fit inside of a flower. I think that's worth mentioning, and they're still very strong.
That or it's very big flower.
Maybe. I choose to believe that under those oversized pajamas, they're actually just jacked. Like more shredded than Goku. Owie. I'm going to turn these children into metal. Kill. These children have taken a life. As is their right.
They've taken a life so far.
Oh, I haven't been intercepted. I'm gonna try again and see if,
Puppy Dog Beach.
Oh. Let's go rescue Joey. Joey has died badly.
Again.
Oh, Vanda Keith, hello. I thought you were going to be someone else.
Of course, it's the American.
Mechanical Chaser versus Mechanical Chaser. This music's good, though. Shadow Game. Set Wall of Illusion. Lol Mal.
I was just thinking it'd be funny if, like, presumably there's something programmed to prevent it from happening, but like if the selecting the rock paper scissors at the beginning and you just like get like 20 of the same in a row.
I don't know, there might not be anything.
Yeah, and so, like, it feels like the kind of thing where you would have somewhere in the code like, look, if it does like 4 times in a row, just display whatever loses to the thing the person picks, right? Like, instead of actually picking randomly.
Yeah. I think there's something like that in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah.
It's like something that has like a fail-safe.
I feel like I feel like I've heard it happen. It's like a thing in like some like gotcha games of like, if something has a something out of 1 in whatever chances, like that obviously is a statistic and it could happen each time. But like also it's keeping track and like if you've done it that many times, rather than like, well, statistically it should show up. It will actually just like, okay, you have done this as many times as statistically you were supposed to have done it. We will just give you the rare now.
I remember there was something in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where it's like it tries to generate a type for something, and if it keeps repeatedly failing to generate a type, it'll eventually just fail safe to fire type or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the details, and I can't find it on short notice. But it's something that's like a 1 in a billion chance to hit the fail safe, basically. So it's one of those things where it's so unlikely that chances are pretty good that nobody has ever actually run into that failsafe in normal gameplay. Like, ever.
Well, I mean, because if it's 1 in a million, how many people have played the game?
I don't remember the specific stats on it. I'd have to look it up. Ball of Illusion is like in prime I'm gonna get ya position.
Mm.
Oh, and we leveled up. They didn't even have the prize.
Well,
Sleepy time. Hold on, I just realized there's 2 chat boxes. It's,
let them talk with each other.
Teto, Yuki called me. He said that the thief escaped. I knew he'd fail, but who has the gall to tarnish my tournament? I'm gonna use all of Kaiba Corp's resources to find the crook. No matter where he's hiding, he'll regret it for taking me on. Kaiba just walks into my room. Imagine you wake up in the morning and the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar corporation just walks into your room.
It'd be so easy to hide the body.
Right, exactly. Huh? I'm Seto Kaiba, president of Kaiba Corp. I really need to get a lock for my door. No happy camper. Upgrade parts for our dual disc. Just back to bed. Alright, first things first, we get a pack. Spin!
Wow, a whole pack.
Shadows in the Labyrinth. What could it be? Anything good? Nope. 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 Nope.
Well, we didn't get anything good, but at least we also got things that were bad.
So true.
Me looking at the news every day.
I think I know the person we're looking for, but I think they're gonna be like 4 stars on Ultimate Night. We got some time to kill. Let's go beat up Serenity again.
That's rude.
Joey, I'm gonna do a violence to your sister.
That's not nice.
Card game-based violence, it's fine.
Sure.
Nothing to be concerned about. It's not a shadow game.
Yeah.
Yet. Okay, Serenity has decided we're playing with 10,000 life points apiece today.
Every time you play Serenity, you start with 1,000 more 1,000 more points.
Thanks, Serenity, I think.
It feels like hang on. There we go. It feels like something that would be good in like some kind of like a card game, video game of like there's just some recurring person that you can duel over and over, but every time you do like
More life points.
More life points. Or like I was also just like every time you do like I don't know, like the entire interface is moved slightly more to the left. Like how many times do you duel before you notice or something? Like I don't know.
Great. I remember watching a Yu-Gi-Oh series on YouTube where every episode the intro would get slightly faster. And then by the end it was like super fast.
Yeah, that's fairly like that's something that you see plenty of places. Particularly if there's a set like if it's like not going to be that many anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like you are only going to have to go faster, 5 or 6 times or whatever, then it's like sure. Like I know
I think it was like 12 episodes.
on Desert Bus, every beginning of every Zeta shift they give the Beach who gives like this is for charity, please donate responsibly sort of PSA, tries to do it faster each night of the run.
This is time to send the children into battle once more. I crave blood.
Zordon waking up in the morning.
Oh. Well... lame. Well, Serenity, you bought yourself a turn, and it wasn't worth it. I'm just thinking about, there's one card I have here, Dunama's Dark Witch. She is neither dark attribute nor a spellcaster. She is a light fairy.
Yeah.
Like, alright, that makes sense, obviously. Alright, Serenity, here's the scary grabber. Imagine being Wall of Illusion. Life must be miserable.
I don't have to imagine life being miserable. I mean, what?
Back to the card shop. Wheel. Oops.
Wheel.
Cursed Darkness. We got both of our new packs already.
Oh boy.
Nimble Momonga, Solemn Wishes, Metal Detector. That's bad. That's bad.
So, out of curiosity, are there good cards in this game?
I mean, maybe. I haven't got them yet.
Theoretically.
I mean, we have Pot of Greed. That's a good card.
Just run 40 Pot of Greed.
I think I once did that as a joke on Dueling Book. I went into custom cards and I found like everyone who made their own copy of Pot of Greed, but that was slightly different, like cool Pot of Greed or something. I just played a deck that was 40 Pots of Greeds.
Pot of Greed, and it's a picture of weed.
Yeah, and I just decked myself out and I'm like, dang, you got it, you win.
The trick is you gotta have, like, if there's no card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like in Magic there's Laboratory Maniac, where if you have it in play and it's like, if you would, lose the game because of trying to draw cards when you don't have any in your library, you win the game instead.
Nah, there's nothing like that.
Really, that seems like something that Yu-Gi-Oh! would have got on at some point.
I mean, there's a bunch of self-mill cards, so it would be super easy to FTK. Like, they would have to ban it. Let's see, what are we working with here, Roba? Illusory Gentleman! He can't stand up against my swarm of children. I think swarm is the correct word here.
Terrifyingly, I think that's correct.
Mind hacksaws! Not that one, this one. Ultimate offering. Then the offering is ultimate. That's why they call it ultimate offering.
Ultimate offering.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
I remember back when I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds with Leo, I was when I was showing him 5Ds. Every time the version we were watching had like the mid-episode like splash screen cards. So we would take to saying 5 Metal Alchemist every time.
Yeah.
Ooh, a large man. Excuse me, what? Okay. I don't care. Oh no, I can't put my monsters in defense position. Whatever will I do?
Put them into a secret third position.
Ooh. I put my monster diagonally. I still think we should get pre-errata Darkness Approaches back, just because I want to see a face-down Link monster. Because normally Link monsters can't be...
I was thinking of, like, in Duel Masters and in some digital, Magic cards, there's, like, cards that have 3 or more sides. But no, like they do, like, they have a back, but, like, there's weird ways that the sides work. And it's just like, feel like given everything.
I'm just thinking, because Link monsters can't be in defense mode because they don't have defense points.
Yeah.
But, like,
Right.
Darkness Approaches would let you set a monster in face-down attack pre-errata, so you could have
Yeah.
a face-down Link monster, and who knows what would happen then. There's no established rulings for how that would affect monsters being linked. Presumably, they just the link arrows would be treated as non-existing while face down, but who knows? If these monsters keep their materials when face down, so
Yeah, it's like, no, there's actually, it's face down, but it's a different back face that displays the link arrows.
the link arrows are reversed; they're flipped vertically.
Yeah, exactly.
They're now pointing the other way.
Yeah.
Oh god. Wow. Okay, Cursed Darkness again.
There can be an entire deck archetype around this.
Well, they still have
Around flipping the arrows around.
I still think they should have printed Judgment Arrows, those cowards. Judgment Arrows being a card from the anime that is the only Link spell.
They are cowards not to do that. That seems, again, like, well, why wouldn't you?
Like, it's a spell card with Link Arrows. Like, come on, it's fun. Why not?
Well, if there's one thing the people who make Yu-Gi-Oh! Hate, it's us. If there's one thing game designers hate,
it's the players.
We're
fighting Roba again.
It'll be fine.
The cosmic energies have already declared him the winner. Oh, I guess we don't need to duel then.
The cosmic energies also insist that we still duel.
I love how they never stop being super competent, even if you've beaten them every single time.
That's just how psychics are.
I knew that already. Gemini Elf. Go slap a big eye.
Like, well, you see, you may have won on the material plane, but the astral plane, I have.
He's using mind hacksaws. Oh no. My mind, it's so hacksaw.
Like, so by the saying you won on the astral plane, you meant you dreamt that you won. Yeah. Okay, well, that's great, but
however, that does not have any standing in a tournament setting.
Yeah. God, that'd be, like just like judge ruling. It came to me in a dream.
Yeah. Well, Espa, did you foresee this? Oh, who's messaging me? Hold on.
Was it like a, I forget, I must have, maybe I saw it like on Tumblr, but it was like a screenshot from a Reddit or something. It was like, how do you properly cite a
Dream?
dream
Yeah.
in a,
In like
like
APA
in
format.
like MLA format, yeah.
I think you would just cite yourself in that case, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I assume.
I'm just like, I've always wanted to be reading a book about the occult, and it's just like, citation, Archangel Gabriel personal interview.
My source is that I made it up. I don't remember, did he even summon a monster? I don't think he did.
Probably not. No. He had a full board. It's just that you couldn't see them because you don't have psychic.
It, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
However, my monsters also couldn't perceive it, and neither could my life points.
No.
That's the kicker. The game state could not perceive his monsters. Whoa, dark energy.
You just play cards from a different game. It's like they're obviously actual cards, but the game state, the nature of reality that we are in cannot actually, engage with them in any meaningful way, so it's as though they're not there.
I'm thinking of a video I saw the other day of possibly Brian David Gilbert doing one of those card trick videos that's like, oh, this many, like if your age, multiply your age, you get this suit, get this value, and blah blah blah. And then, is this your card? And holds up Tangela.
How did he know?
Time to fight Grandpa. This may be a mistake.
Is this your card? Holds up the tower.
I saw the most recent Critical Role 4-sided dive, and it all started with everyone pulling a tarot card. And Laura Bailey, she gets the tower, and she just throws it away and pulls a different card. Which turned out to
be the next card was like the 10 of Swords or something.
No, it was like some normal card. But it was like, later on in the episode, they played a game of Jenga, and she went first.
Oh, weird.
And, well...
the tower is struck by lightning.
She may have caused the collapse on the first move in Jenga.
Weird.
Whoopsie doodle.
No, I just always... The joke, right, is always like you pull death, and it's like, oh, no, yeah, that can be really positive, because, it's just like change and cycles here, and we'll pull another card to clarify, and then you get the tower. Oh, well, that's still, it's disaster, but it just means like a really sudden, it's very sudden change. It can, it can be a outpouring of, it can be a form of catharsis, or here, we'll pull another, the 10 of Swords. Okay, well, maybe you're fucked.
I remember seeing a clip of Fox News bring in a tarot card reader.
Oh, yeah, the 5 of... Oh, God, if only that had been the case, right?
My God, that would have been so funny if that was true.
We still have time.
Yeah, a sense of loss.
I mean, I guess the read is like, oh, she was greeting for like the American people, right?
Yeah,
Like,
oh, hey, there's the domesticated him.
yeah. The day of the election, I follow on Blue Sky an account that always just posts a tarot, a daily reading every morning, and they did pull the tower that day. I'm just like,
Oh.
well.
Well. So it's their fault, is what you're saying.
That's not how it works. That's like the again, I think it was like a Tumblr post of like the kid that thought that the way the weatherman worked was they controlled the weather,
No,
and they
the
were just saying like what they were thinking of doing for the next
No.
next
See,
week or whatever.
It's the Democrats that control the weather, don't you know?
Like, no, it's your.
It's truly sad how much, like, hate mail weathermen get.
Dear weatherman, please make it rain more. The sun is too bright and loud.
So Yugi was 3 stars. I think we found our culprit.
Yeah.
Nope, never mind, that's Yami Yugi.
It's gonna turn out to have been like a dog or something that ran off with it, isn't it?
That would be so funny. It's me, Bones McGruff, the dog duelist. With my dog-themed deck.
This has all the versions of that one dog that, like, there's the dog, and then it died, and there's the skeleton,
Skull
and the
Man.
robot version.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the culprit is one of these random encounters. I think I know
The culprit is probability itself. Due to quantum fluctuations, the prize simply vanished.
They got Back to the Future. Much time. It's a thrilling duel we're having so far, as you can see.
Yeah. Well,
Machine King!
how it is.
I summon Optimus Prime. Now we're getting somewhere. This is just Optimus Prime though, right?
Every time I hit him, his pupils go away.
What was that?
Every time I hit him, his pupils go away.
Oh yeah. They actually fall off, and then he grows a new set.
Yeah, I remember Homestuck once did a joke where I think Jake got his glasses knocked off and his pupils went with them.
Yeah, I mean that's fairly standard cartoon
Yeah.
humor, right?
Of
Like,
course.
it's one of those things where, like, it initially it's just done as like a very sort of simple like visual thing, and then you get like a generation later animators making more of like acknowledging the implications of that.
When Velma says she can't see without her glasses, she really means it.
I'm just picturing like, yeah, like just like slightly like Slender Man-ified Velma, like completely faceless with like the eyes on the glasses. Like, I can't see without my glasses. Just like creepy pasta or
Attention all viewers, this is a free idea you can do something with.
yeah. Did you know you can just get ideas for free? It's called thinking.
I don't believe you.
I know. Unfortunately, there tends to be more steps than that. The problem is once you have an idea, then you have to somehow, like, manifest it on the material plane. And that's the hard part.
Red medicine, reinforcement, sort of. We didn't have. Hello, graceful charity.
Ooh, there are good cards in this game.
Yeah. We might swap out
I
pot.
was thinking like there was like a tweet of someone, which was again just being a sign of the site dying, essentially, of like sometimes I, as I'm trying to think of how to prompt the AI, I come up with a solution without even having to submit it. I'm like, oh, they've discovered
Thinking.
the concept of thinking.
Wow. Graceful charity and pot of greed.
God, with Trump putting Musk in a like major governmental position, I guess we could kind of hope that like they do rely on AI and it pulls one of the yes, this is definitely safe to eat situations with them, and we're like, oh, good, they died in the White House because they ate, I mean, they were already talking about eating bleach anyway, right? So it's like, well.
Imagine if we lived in a timeline where Trump injected bleach.
Manifesting. I'm most terrified of the, I guess, like, guy he's putting in charge of food and drug stuff being, like, very anti-Adderall.
I'm terrified of every cabinet pick.
Oh, no, absolutely. But that's, like, there's a lot of situations where I'm like, I am terrified existentially for this. And then I kind of try to, like, counterbalance with like, okay, well, other people like I mean, as dark as it's like, okay, at least like I'm sort of, being a fairly well-off white, cis, or at least cis passing non-binary man. Like, I get gender is weird, right? Man, like, and like privileged enough that like a lot of this stuff isn't going to immediately affect me, and that is one that is potentially going to immediately affect me. So it's the one that kind of like I can't be like, I can help other people deal with their stuff, but I'm at least like, okay, like, no, this one's gonna.
So I just want to acknowledge this NPC. I wonder where the Beginners Cup Finals will be held. I want to be there live. I got some bad news for you, buddy.
Yeah, that's, oh boy, that, have you ever been in that situation though of like, I remember as a kid, that was me with the season 4 Digimon premiere. I legitimately thought it was like a week later than it was, and I missed it, and I was very distraught. I've been rewatching Digimon recently, and I applaud them for consistently updating the opening titles like 2 episodes ahead of when they should to give away everything.
Ooh.
I feel like Power Rangers did that often too. They'd add the 6th Ranger like several episodes before they actually show up. Maybe it's just a Saban thing.
Don't know. Anyway, I guess we're fighting Rex. I was gonna try and skip duels, but I guess we can't skip Rex. We're in that awkward middle position where we can't say yes or no.
Or maybe.
Or maybe. Perhaps. Theoretically.
Yeah.
Mad Sword Beast. Well, you see, the funny thing about that is it's gonna be a dead Sword Beast. Goodbye. No, we haven't noticed you here.
Just thinking of like describing random things as dead without like things that would not normally be described as alive or dead.
Is it creepy or wet?
Both. 9 out of 10 times, it's gonna be both.
Another Mad Sword Beast. Well, good.
Yeah,
Dead ice cream.
Like, uh-huh.
Me when my Vanillish faints in a Nuzlocke.
I can't remember. Were they smart enough to make shiny Vanillish like chocolate?
Probably not. They didn't really try for most shinies, honestly.
Yes, sorry, now, I've now successfully managed to pull up chat. And yes, the, Season 4 is the one where they turn into the Digimon. Okay, well, it could be like strawberry, then.
My brain is currently just thinking of that one YTP I posted in... I don't even think I posted in Talonot's chat, actually. There's just a YTP currently living in my brain. Let's just behold 1,000 cereals. I collect cereals. It took me 9 years to collect the cereals. Yum yum cereals.
I want some cereal.
Tribute to the Doomed. That's one of the rarest cards in all of Duel Monsters. Ooh, nice. That's like a line from the anime that I think Little Karibo latched onto. Someone latched onto it. And it's particularly funny because that line is from the second time Tribute to the Doom shows up in the anime. Like, it's so rare that it's your second time seeing it.
Yeah.
Next Raptor has
Look,
generously...
normally you don't. It's actually very rare to see a card a second time, so this must be a very rare card.
Sure.
Wait.
Obviously. Nope, 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 and nope. What? Hi, Gramps. What's up? I have a lot of cards. Oh, I've reached high enough to get a card list for Mechanical Trap Power.
Oh, I mean, it's like the ongoing joke in Magic that Island is the most powerful card ever.
I think they should make different Lotus cards for each mana type. They should make Green Lotus.
I mean, they've essentially done that.
But is it called Green Lotus and Red Lotus?
Well, no, because first off, Black Lotus has already been taken by not black.
They don't have to actually have colors, but they can have color-themed things vaguely. They don't have to actually be...
But like, there are cards that do essentially what Black Lotus does, but for each color. There are also other Lotus cards.
Man.
There's Gilded Lotus, where you don't have to sacrifice it. But it costs 5 mana instead of 0 to play.
And then there's a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Samsara Lotus. It's got banned. Black Panther, isn't that a Marvel hero?
Yes, although there is not the Marvel Magic cards, so there is a Black Panther Magic card.
I think you should put them both in the same
I think
deck.
it's green white. Maybe it's just green. I don't remember.
Just thinking about the pick 2 to defend you thing we had the other day.
Oh yeah.
I think we concluded that the best options were like the 500 1/1s with flying and the 10,000 1/1 rats.
Yeah. Yeah, the Black Panther is green white.
Tweet map rats. You mean in Magic? I think for the sake of the comparison, it's like assuming no other stuff is in play.
I mean, the equivalent of Dark Hole would be like Wrath of God or Damnation.
But if your opponent has that, it doesn't matter which you pick.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Oh no, by all means, use your fusion monster that you went -2 to do in order to attack my Wall of Illusion. And thus, actually turn out to go -3. Good job, Rex. You really figured that one out. I guess that was technically a 1-for-1, but... The point is, he's not smart. Oh, he's got fast...
Is anyone, though?
Mm. Oh, yeah. Although, because he traded for my Wall of Illusion, it was -3. All in all, not a very good move from Mr. Raptor here. I just remembered the bit in the Abridged series where, you know, obviously the two have been Beavis and Butthead, that's the joke. But then in the Orichalcos arc, they got sick of not being taken seriously, so once they joined the Orichalcos, they stopped being Beavis and Butthead. But then when they got brought back afterwards, they were Beavis and Butthead again.
Yeah.
Like, you can only not be Beavis and Butthead when you have evil power in you. Like,
I
honestly...
feel like that's the opposite of the moral that really the world needs, but, you know, it'll work for what it was. I still just like the most useless thing from reading a bunch of occult stuff is like, oh, I can just read the Seal of Orichalcos text now.
No, Blackluster Soldier.
It's just Enochian.
Don't I have Blackluster Ritual? I think I do. Oh, we're swapping out Magician to Black Chaos. Yep, Blackluster Ritual. Let's go for the biggest of bungus.
Also, Orichalcum was probably just a bronze alloy.
I mean, back in the day, that would have been probably quite exciting.
Yeah, but it's not, you know.
Not anymore. Incidentally, the Seal of Orichalcos is currently not a very good card.
Like, even if it, like, actually worked the way that the anime one did, instead of this stupid, like...
What, you mean including
Nerf
the soul
version.
stealing?
Not including the soul, but, like, the way that you could play the monsters and the... You could use the spaces and everything instead of...
Probably still not that good.
What about, like, with Kudos and Tridos?
Dunno. I'm just thinking, if we were going to have anime cards, though, the real most busted one would probably be Anime Card of Demise. Which I believe was, like, draw 6 cards, and then if you haven't used them all in 6 turns, discard your hand.
In 6 turns?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's not even
that's why they didn't print
What
it
do
like
you-
that.
How... Okay, but, like, even within the anime, like, narratively, that feels... not... I don't know, like, in... Like, sort of the equivalent, like, in Magic, there's a fairly common way that they give red card draw these days to sort of reflect the, like, impulsive nature of it, where you get the card, and you have until, like, your next turn to play it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Here we
And
go.
so you'll be like, here are 7 cards you have until your next turn to play it.
Okay, yeah. Here's
That's
that's
something.
Sorry, here's the
6 turns is not like.
Sorry, it's 5
Yeah,
turns.
you're gonna
Draw cards,
be able to play it in that
sorry.
amount of time.
Yeah, animate card demise. Draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. During your 5th standby phase after activation, send all cards in your hand to the graveyard. And I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So it is like any cards you draw over the next 5 turns that are in your hand. That like even if you play all those cards.
Yes. But
You
like,
still-
I'm pretty
okay.
sure that
That's at least like I can see how that's like an interesting. Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that every single time that it showed up, the duel ended before the effect would resolve.
That's kind of boring, right? Like you actually can have an interesting situation where like okay, you've used those cards, and then you have to manage your hand so that you don't have anything in it that you're going to have to discard. Like that's like actually I feel kind of like lazy writing to just have the duel end before it ever happens.
And then there's the real life version of Card Demise. Draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, your opponent takes no damage. During the end phase of this turn, send your entire hand to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 card of Demise per turn. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card.
I mean that's just a different card.
Right?
Right? Like that's not even like worse or like it's not the same effect, but like modified for the like that's just a different card.
It's just a different card. Let's see, there was another card from the anime that I wanted to. There was a movie from Pyramid of. There was a card from Pyramid of Light I wanted to. Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I feel like I probably still have all the cards from the that you could get because I made my parents take me to see that movie like 6 times to get all the different promos you could get.
So there's a card in Pyramid of Light that isn't even used in a duel. It's used by Anubis in like the final sequence where he's just playing cards outside of a duel to do stuff. But because of Pyramid of Light, you could still see the card's text and description. So this is a card that's never been printed, and it shall probably be clear once it's finished.
I'm listening. I'm muting because I have food,
Okay.
so I don't want to have that.
Okay. You can only activate this card when you special summon a monster. It's a normal spell, not a quick play somehow. Increase the attack and defense of that monster by 4,000 points. You cannot conduct your draw phase, main phase, and battle phase for the next 5 turns. So make a big...
Explain to me what function that card could possibly serve.
Right? It's like, oh cool, you made a big bungus. Now skip your next 5 turns. Like, hello? You just get your standby.
I guess like the only thing I could think of is if then like there is something where you're sacrificing, you like need a certain amount of attack, like or something like that. But like even then, just skipping that many turns is just like I can't imagine that ever. No.
Yeah, no. Skipping your next 5 turns is just no. Yeah, the duel will be over by then because you lost. Maybe if you're running like Mystic Mine or something, maybe you have a chance.
Imagine if it's like skip the next 5 turns and it's both players, and somehow the board state has changed, even though like neither of you have actually done anything. And it's like it works like when Heroes came back for a season with Heroes Reborn, and they were like, our attitude with this is we're pretending that the show never was canceled, and we've had like a bunch of seasons between the last season and this one, and we're just like the status quo is it's like, yes, we've skipped 5 turns, neither player's done anything, but somehow the game has progressed 5 turns worth of gameplay.
Incredible. My Wally Belosian.
Oh yeah, it doesn't skip for both players, it's just turn player. Just the player who activates it. And again, you can't even actually activate it anyway, because it says activate when you special summon a monster, but it's a normal spell. You can't activate it. You can't activate it in response to a summoning of a monster. It has to start a new chain. I mean, not that it matters, because it never even appeared in a duel. Just, what an incredibly funny card. I think they should print it. No one would play it, but I think they should print it. Oh, card that moves the turn counter by 1? Yeah, Pyro Clock of Destiny. I once saw someone come up with a deck that, among other things, managed to do a final countdown FTK using Pyro Clock of Destiny.
I mean, like, the thing about if they printed it would be, like, if then there's a thing of, like, if in a video game or through some kind of weird mechanic, it's like, play a random card, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of, like, in
Hearthstone?
In Magic, there's a format called Momir where you have an additional game action you can take of you pay an amount of mana and you create a token that is a copy of a creature that costs that much mana, right? And it's digital only, so it's just from the database of all possible cards, it will generate it. And then you just play with a deck of like only basic lands, and so both players only just to generate creatures. And there's some creatures that you have to be very careful to not get, or like you can risk. But if you get it, you're in a lot of trouble. Like for example, there's I forget how much mana it is. I want to say 6 mana. Like Sage the Untouchable says, if this comes into play and it wasn't played from your hand, you lose the game. So if that's the random creature you get, you're in trouble.
Speaking of which, I think we're in trouble.
So I feel like, if you can print a silly card like that, and it's like, oh, well, no one's ever going to play it. And then you run into a situation where someone has to play it. And it's like, oh, well.
Like, whoopsie doodle. That duel didn't happen. I still want a card called Pot of Envy, which draws 2 cards from your opponent's deck. I just think it would be funny.
Or like, I don't know. Would it be that, or would it just be like, make your opponent discard 2 cards?
Nah, I think it's funnier to draw cards from your opponent's deck because they might be completely incompatible with your own cards.
Yeah.
But they'd be great in the mirror match.
I'm thinking like with a mirror match, like there's the God, I forget what it's called. There's a magic card that it's an enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell, every other player also or whenever a player casts a spell, every other player casts a copy of that spell.
Oh boy. I feel like that could definitely get out of control fast.
My recollection is the way that it, like, the sort of like, actually like, oh, this is probably too good and not very fun to play against way to do it is, you play one of the cards. There's a couple cards that say, as an effect, like, on your next turn, pay, pay this cost, or you lose the game. And if you're playing against decks that are not running the color of that cost, like they get to cast the initial copy because that's the effect. But they can't pay that additional cost on their next turn, so then they lose.
Oh boy.
They like to have a couple, I think, around. Generally speaking, the goal is to just get your opponent down to 0 life. But mill is a thing. There was just a fairly achievable alternate win condition in Duskborn where there was a card that was like, if you control 8 unlocked rooms with different names, you win.
There's that My Little Pony alternate win, I believe.
Yeah, like they like to have them around.
I think they should just print Exodia in Magic. Like, just straight up Exodia. Not even, like, Exodia at home, but, like, literally Exodia.
I mean, again, they're doing a lot of crossovers now, right? They have, personally, I think this is a mistake, said half of the sets every year are going to be crossovers. It would be... I actually legitimately think it would be very funny if one of them was Yu-Gi-Oh!
I know there was probably the most powerful Yu-Gi-Oh! Format ever was back in the OCG, before the TCG even existed. Back when, I think, Last Will wasn't once per turn. So you play Last Will once, and just every time a monster leaves your field, you get to search. And I think also, Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest work if they were discarded from your hand as well. So that made Exodia absolutely tier 0. Because you could very easily... I mean, you just activate Graceful Charity, discard like 2 Sangans, and you add 2 Exodia pieces, and maybe draw some others from Graceful Charity.
Yeah. The closest to, like, Exodia that I think Magic has had is probably there's the, what's it called, like Hedron alignment or something, where it's like, if you have a copy of this card on the field, a copy in the graveyard, a copy removed from the game, you may reveal a copy from your hand, and you win the game. Right? Like, you have to get one of them into each place.
That's fun. Well, speaking of Last Will...
fact that we're dueling on the beach here made me think of something from GX Duel Academy for the Game Boy Advance. There's a point where you're in your you're having a shadow game, and it's like this isn't area name, this is dark area name. But it's like the location name in the English translated version was next to ocean. So the dialogue ended up being, this isn't next to ocean, this is dark next to ocean.
You know, they probably could have maybe, you know, work on that a little bit.
You'd think. But the localization on that game was very strange, because it like had the 4Kids character names, but it was clearly formatted like the Japanese version. Like a lot of characters would be referred to by like the wrong name, basically. Like, or there was like overcompensation for, oh well, they're English-speaking audience. So like Prowler was called by his first name. Everyone just called him Velian. Whereas a lot of the students were called by their last names instead.
I always just think of like stuff where like this has come up a couple times through watching Digimon of like, in English please, or like phrases like that. But like, okay, but they're canonically still Japanese. They're still like they're in Japan. They should be speaking Japanese. Like it's weird that like then you get this stuff of like, oh, but then like English is like the like.
The funny thing to do is
translation is weird.
No, my favorite is like I think in the translated version of Great Ace Attorney, where like in the first case there's a character who shows up speaking English, and of course nobody present can understand English.
Yeah. So they have in the dub, they have them speaking Welsh or something, right?
No, they just have them speaking in some kind of indecipherable script. That's all like fancy, like a little is flowing language. I was like, you can't understand.
Yeah.
There is one time where you can understand what they're saying, though. It's when they respond to a question with...
When they swear.
No, when they say no. They're like, oh, I understood that one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, fair enough, yeah. Right, you pick those things up.
But it's so funny to see characters be like, oh, English is such a beautiful language in English.
No, it's not.
English is 12 languages in a trench coat. Yeah, I like how, for Great Ace Attorney, they just gave up on Japanifornia. They're like, we're not gonna pretend this isn't Japan. Oh, it got automodded because of the phrase, bend over.
My hot take is at some point we should organize a Palinauts extended family Japan trip. I'm not joking.
Interesting.
You, me, Leo, Nix,
Maybe.
whoever, you know.
I'd have to think about it because that's
Mostly because,
big...
like, I want to go to Japan at some point, and I have to come up with some kind of actual reason to do it, right?
The reason can be because you want to.
Now, see, here's the problem. I've lived a long life of trauma that had been deeply internalized the feeling that, no, that is not a good enough reason to do anything.
Ah. I'd have to think about it, but honestly, there are places I would probably want to go before I go to Japan. Like, you know, going and visiting people that I know and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just gonna pass time until it's night again.
Me every day.
Mode. We'll find Pegasus eventually. I mean, mysterious blonde duelist who took the cards. I don't know why Pegasus would steal...
Pegasus isn't even blonde.
I know Pegasus shows up at
It's not
some point.
blonde.
Is he? Am I misremembering? I might be misremembering. I'm pretty sure Pegasus is the next guy we fight at any rate.
Yeah.
Oh, he does have white hair. Pegasus is in his 20s. Did you know that? Pegasus is younger than we are. Isn't that messed up?
I mean, just in general, the number of characters in media that are younger than we are is terrifying. I mean, you can still have gray hair in your 20s, though.
Yeah, I just figured that Pegasus was like, you know, older.
No, I would have assumed he was in his 40s.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Keith. Maybe this is what I need to do. Maybe it is Keith. When did we fight Pegasus? Oh, there he is.
Well, there you go.
You're right, he isn't blonde. It's nice to meet you, beginner champion. I'm shocked you made it this far. Since you're the winner of the latest tournament, I have a special surprise for you. I'll duel you personally. It's so weird seeing Pegasus with a dual disc. Because I don't think he ever used one in the anime.
I feel like there's one episode.
I
I
know.
feel like there's one time where he, like, very begrudgingly does. Like, against Kaiba, I think.
No, because I think, like, I think they just, every time that he dueled Kaiba, Kaiba just plugged his dual disc into, like, the dual table field thing. And Pegasus just
Maybe.
used
I could have sworn there was one time where that was not the case, but you would probably know better than I do, so.
Hey, Pegasus time. What I want to know is why is Pegasus involved in stealing cards when he literally prints them? Like, what's his motivation here? Did he just want to embarrass Kaiba?
Insurance fraud.
Actually, embarrassing Kaiba is probably enough of a reason for Pegasus. Dark Rabbit. Well, go ahead. I still think Toon World should have been a field spell. Although I think they did that with Toon Kingdom, actually. Duel Masters. That's a different game. I think so. At least in GX, Industrial Illusions is still making cards. Because they hired Chumley. And there's also Franz, that guy who made a Industrial Illusions had like a research copy of the Winged Dragon of Ra. Which, as an aside, how do you research a trading card that you made? Like, yeah, sure, it's got like a Egyptian spirit in it or whatever, but... Shoutouts to Jaden, by the way, for being the only person without the connection to ancient Egypt to successfully use a god card with no tricks involved. A counterfeit god card at that.
Well, that's the explanation, I suppose.
No, because in, when Joey and Odeon dueled, Odeon had a counterfeit copy of Ra, and the fact that he tried to use a counterfeit angered Ra so much that both duelists got hit by lightning.
Yeah.
So
look, Ra can be temperamental.
Yeah. No, in GX, Ra, a counterfeit Ra was being used by Franz, who stole it, and he made a card to control it called Mounds of the Bound Creator that literally wrapped it in chains. And so he basically forced Ra to do his bidding. And then Jaden took control of Ra with no control.
That tends not to go well.
Yeah, and so Jaden basically managed to take control of Ra from Franz, and Ra was just like, yeah, okay.
Like, I mean, that does make sense, though, right?
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, we're showing this other guy, we're teaching this other guy a lesson.
Exactly, but it's funny that Ra is just like, apparently, like, while chained by Franz, Ra was actually crying. No, I think Jade knew it was fake. Well, it was... the spirit
neat.
Was
Did
real.
we get bees?
Bees?
Yeah. Cures of Ra. Ra's cures are bees. That's where bees come from.
Fascinating. I was not aware of this.
We've had this discussion multiple times due to the bee above.
I'll take your word for it. Bees aren't real. I wonder if the chaos monsters are in this game. Like if Invasion of Chaos cards. I think my favorite. Speaking of conspiracy theories, there's the whole moon landing conspiracy theory, and I always loved the version that the moon landing was faked, but because the guy was such a purist, they had to film They had to film it on location.
Yeah, it's true. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point there was discussion of making it fake, and they were like, oh, the only way we're ever going to actually do this is if we actually go to the moon. I mean, come on, it's the American government. You think they would ever actually do anything useful if they could get away with just pretending to do it?
These days, definitely not.
No, they...
Oh no! Hey, they say Pegasus disappeared, but like presumably he ran off to, but I like to imagine he just disappeared.
Yeah, he just like faded out.
Maybe I'm in the 4th dimension. Silent Magician level 4, Magician's Circle. Eyeball. Come to the punk train station.
I mean, the version of that I always sort of felt like was at least somewhat plausible was like, realistically, the government like maybe got like a heads up, like, hey, there's going to be an attack, and like didn't do anything because they really wanted to fucking go to war. And then somehow people take that and they add all the extra stuff on top of it, where it's like, oh, actually, it's secretly shape-shifting rebellion Jews. And it's like, where? How do you even get any? Like, you have to already be committed to completely insane, like, shit to add any of these details into the conspiracy theories that you find in, like, the common, like, versions of it, as opposed to, like, well, maybe people are actually just shitty,
Here's the,
like, in the ways that are demonstrable.
here's the pack we spent all this time trying to get, by the way. We got Silent
Oh,
Magician
cool.
level
It's like,
4,
is this these are the cards that came with the...
beating the tournament.
These are the cards that came with the game,
So we get
aren't they?
Silent Magician level 4, which is bad. Graveyard in the 4th Dimension, which is level support. We're not playing level monsters, because again, this is bad. They also didn't give us Silent Magician level 8. Just level...
Well,
And then Magician's Circle.
right, that definitely came with the game. I remember that.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. So yeah, the conclusion is that wasn't really worth it.
Well,
Anyway, I think now Pegasus can be a random encounter. Alright, let's see what we got here.
okay, yeah, the game came with, well, it came with Silent Magician's level 4 and 8 and Magician's Circle.
Delinquent Duo! Yeah, we'll play that. I remember my favorite take on the Kennedy thing was Red Dwarf's version, where Kennedy was shot from the grassy knoll by Kennedy from the future,
By
an alternate
Kennedy.
timeline.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the thing about the Kennedy ones that gets me now is like, you know what? Maybe there was a conspiracy. Maybe it was the CIA that did it. Who knows? Whatever. I actually legitimately believe that there's no way that even like the government knows at this point. Right? It's like, it's probably not the official story we got as far as like what went down. But the idea that the government knows what actually happened, is hiding it, I actually think is unrealistic. I think that they probably are as in the dark about the details at this point as we are. It's like sort of a moot point, right? It's like, well, yeah. Exactly, yeah. No, there's no, like, regardless of what happened, the end was like, it's fairly like the arguments for all the like, well, this this party would have benefited this way, or this is the reason. It's like, sure, all of that's true, regardless of who actually the end result was the same, right? Like,
Alright, let's go.
the only sort of like active like issue would be like, oh, they're keeping the information from us, and I don't think they are. I think in this case, it's like there's plenty of stuff that the government probably is hiding, but that's one of the things where I just think like, oh, actually, they probably don't. Like,
Your challenge.
they don't have his fucking like brain in an ice jar or whatever, and fucking Walt Disneying it or anything. Like, no, it's just.
Anyway, let's give Weeble a wedgie.
I mean, again, the incredible thing is that there's so much stuff the government's done where it's just like they're not hiding it. Like, the government files are just out there, and
like the whole MLK thing.
Yeah, or like MK Ultra or any of it. It was just like, yes, they did these horribly unethical experiments. That's not a secret. It's ridiculous enough that no one ever talks about it, but it's not a secret.
I remember once seeing someone say, it's like, why do you feel the need to make conspiracies of some kind of shadow government? Like, you can just hate the actual government.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Hedgehog.
I mean, unfortunately, the actual answer is like a lot of the people who make up those kinds of conspiracies. The actual government isn't, minority enough for them to take, and so they have to think that.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, just like all the coups that we've done, it's like, no, we just did those. Like, that's not a secret. Pretty sure we've staged coups in more countries than we haven't at this point. Yeah.
Are we the
Who needs to keep? Who needs to keep things secret when you can just hide things in plain sight amongst all the other public information that there's so much of?
What counts as a country?
And what counts as a civilian? No civilians harmed in drone strikes, eh? How do you define a civilian? Oh, interesting.
They were terrorists, so they don't count as civilians, obviously. We know that. How do you know they were terrorists? Because we've decided that they were.
Well, it's like literally like we've defined, anyone eliminated by a drone strike as a potential terrorist as opposed to a civilian, and so we can always say that the drone strikes don't hurt any civilians.
Potential terrorist is a great way of saying innocent civilian.
No, that's true. Yeah, like if we I don't know. I feel like by the time the country of the United States was founded, countries were a little bit more solidified. Although I think Italy is like weirdly somehow not like it's more recent somehow. But yeah, certainly if you go back a little bit further, it's a lot of that stuff's a lot fuzzier.
I remember watching a playthrough recently of a game from my childhood that was released in 2001 that has you going around the world. And it's like, aside from awkward things like the game being released in like October 2001 and it has the World Trade Center in New York, there's also stuff that hasn't aged well in other ways. Like, oh, we're heading to Israel. This place used to be called Palestine. It's like, that's...
I mean, that wasn't ideal back then either.
No, but it's a lot more apparent now.
Yeah. Right, that's very much in the same vein as, like, the Tesla bumper stickers of, like, oh, we bought it before we knew Musk was an asshole. It's like, that was always evident, actually. Yes, it was definitely not, yeah, it sort of comes up and down, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know.
That's already returned. I once again want to show off my great bad translation in this game. Oop, Expert Cup begins tomorrow.
Door leading outside. I will stop going out because slowness today. I know what that, like, that's absolutely, it's because it's late. It should be, it's because it's late. It's like later in the day and like it's
very silly.
Americans love to view things as complicated issues. I think Americans might just be dumb.
Hey look, it's not Battle City.
Listen, duelists. All the competitors have gathered here. This tournament will be unlike any other tournament. The winner of the Expert Cup will be given the title of the new King of Games. A competition this important won't be over quick. This tournament will last several days. You ever think about how Kaiba had no right to give out the title King of Games when it was from Pegasus?
Well, you know,
Duel as many opponents as you can. Only competitors. with
I would
highest
argue
duelist
no one
levels.
has the right to give out the title of king, and no one has the title to have, or no one has the right to have the title king.
New music.
Viva la revolution.
Oh, hey, there's Kaiba Corp.
Yes, I mean, okay, yes. Obviously, there are situations where I admit I have not researched this enough to have an opinion, and that's true. And like, it's also like, okay, well, fine. There's lots of things where it's like you can't expect everyone to keep up with.
So
This is not one of those times.
can we acknowledge?
Frankly.
Can we acknowledge that this area is La Chateau Punk? What other areas do we have here in Punk City? Punk Hill. Business District. Punk Road. Punk 3rd District. Punk Pier. Hey Rex. Oh, he made the semifinals of the last tournament. He dueled Yugi in the semis. Presumably. If that's what he meant by last tournament. Technically, Raphael would have had the King of Games title for a little bit. But Yugi got it back. Pot of Glebe. Mechanical Chaser. Got new dueling music. Explode. To raise body heat. I'm gonna take my robot and make him even more metal. Oh. Well, alright.
I mean, that's like a fairly normal thing. Like, having bounties at tournaments is a fairly normal thing at Magic tournaments. But I feel like it's normally not,
Oh, Red Eyes.
like... No, there's been... anyway. But, like, it's normally not the, like, top 8 champions that have the bounties on them. It'll be, like, you know, YouTubers and influencers that, like, are at the... Yeah, like, you know, community personalities that have a bounty on them. And you get a pack.
Get out of here, Red Eyes. It's a good thing I had a spare Red Eyes after I gave that one to Joey. That's not what Rex sounds like. At all.
I mean, there's card game stores in the anime still, so I don't know. I don't think there's ever a stated price for cards. I mean, there are rare cards, but...
Yu-Gi-Oh! Does not acknowledge the secondary market.
I mean, Joey could afford a deck, so they couldn't have been that expensive.
There is that, isn't there?
Well, the thing about this city here is that, there's only the card shop back in the first town. I'm pretty sure there's not one in the city. We'd have to keep going back and forth. Let's see who's around. 5. Rebecca Hawkins. Ah, she's in her original appearance and not her Waking the Dragons appearance. She still has the teddy instead of the glasses. I think she's a filler-only character. I'm not certain about that, though. She might have been in the manga in her first appearance, but do not know. No, she didn't get aged. She just decided, I'm mature now. But, like, she didn't get any taller or anything. Ooh, Delinquent Duo. Oh god, yeah. And then, of course, the reason they came up with was kind of uncomfortable as well. It's like, sure, physically she's older, but mentally she's not. That's not a good thing.
It's amazing how often media doesn't think of that.
Yeah. Honestly, it's probably a good thing that they got their continuity rebooted.
I wish we'd get our continuity rebooted.
I want to see what post-Super Genesis wave Jorb would be like.
I'm just saying, I think the writers have lost the plot. Since they botched the landing on the 2012 Apocalypse Hour.
Knowing that I can't use negate attack after they boost. Due to the timing of it. Damaged up. I don't know if I have an auto injection very early. Never mind, there it is. I'm pretty sure that Rebecca was the person who used Tribute to the Doomed in the anime that got the "that's one of the rarest cards" quote. So using it against her is quite funny, actually. At least to me.
Just thinking of like, that's one of the rarest cards, but it's like in like Keyforge or something where it's like, oh, it's spiritually generated and like all the cards are different. There's only one of any card. Like, oh, they're all the rarest here.
Oh, of course. Now that I've discarded Blackluster Soldier, now I draw Blackluster Ritual. I'm just starting this duel over. This is bad.
That's how it works.
So her deck is titled Big Bang USA. What about her deck so far has said USA to you?
Nothing.
Correct. I think they should just make an archetype that's just American. Tyler the Ultimate.
They have to use very simple words for all the effects.
The thing is, you would never actually use Tyler the Great Warrior. And it's not a good card. It's not really a burger archetype so much as there is the the French cooking archetype that just so happens to have support for Hungry Burger in it. But they have other stuff. Honestly, I don't even know why they have put Hungry Burger support in there. It just kind of... It seems like it was just for the meme or something? I don't know.
Important to always do things for the meme.
No, I mean, Hungry Burger, I don't believe is their main win condition. They have other, like, good cards in there.
No,
it's not
Baited
like,
Burger
yeah,
is
it's
the
yeah.
win.
It's not like modern Blue Eyes, where like everything revolves around having your original Blue Eyes White Dragons. In Nouvelle, Hungry Burger is just kind of there. And there's like other foods. I think it was...
If it were an American, they'd be like, wait, you mean there are other foods?
Yeah, I think it might literally just be because they have several cards in that archetype that are like such and such recipe, like fish recipe, for example. And the ritual spell card for Hungry Burger was called Burger Recipe. So they're like, well, I guess if we have a card that lets you search any recipe ritual spell, then you'll also be able to get the one for Hungry Burger. So I guess we have Hungry Burger support now.
Truly, we will always have hunger.
Bunger, 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 bunger. Oh sure, use MST now on swords, which was literally about to expire anyway, and then you don't attack. Good.
It's called strategy, Jorb.
Is it though? I guess it's not called good strategy, it's just called strategy.
Yeah. Lots of things are called strategy. few things are.
I think we should get a Winged Dragon Guardian of the
Yeah.
Fortress archetype.
Mm.
Every single card needs to have Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress somewhere in its name.
You know, that doesn't leave a lot of room for any other part of a name.
It'd just be the WDGAOTF archetype.
Uh-huh.
Oh, because there's
Or, you know,
all-
you have to add on all cards in, like, the parentheses, like, this card counts as...
Yeah. Are you suggesting that might be a problem because there's already a Valkyrie archetype?
I think there should be a cards that got messed up due to translation archetype.
Oh yeah, there's a Valkyrie archetype. It's used by Siegfried von Schroeder in the anime.
Right?
Mm.
Just an archetype that's all the cards that got screwed out of their archetype by translation.
And then there's stuff like Arsenal Summoner. Flip. Add one Guardian card from your deck to your hand. Except Celtic Guardian, Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress number 1, Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress number 2, Guardian of the Labyrinth, or the Reliable Guardian.
Yeah.
I almost just slapped down Thunder Nyan Nyan and she would have immediately exploded. They've done names around it, like Oscillo Hero number 2 got changed to Watt Kid. Kinetic Soldier became Cypher Soldier, things like that. Although they didn't change Summon's Skull because it was too iconic. So now Summon's Skull is a normal monster that has an Archfiend specification in the text that says this card is always an Archfiend card. Yeah.
Yeah, just have an archetype that cares about if you have parentheticals clarifying whether something is part of an archetype or not.
Yeah. That's why the retrain of Celtic Guardian is obnoxious Celtic Guard. It's so that it doesn't count as a Guardian. Not even a joke, that's literally why.
It seems like not an ideal system.
No, it's really not. I mean, the original name for Celtic Guardian in the Japanese version was like Elf Swordsman or something. This is what happens when they just make things up with the translation. And I've said this before, but I really appreciate that Beaver Warrior's Japanese name is just Luis. It's just his name, it's just Luis.
Imagine if they printed a Celtic Guardian and it literally did just like not have the word, just like Celtic.
I summon Celtic. The warrior archetype? Oh no. Cards with warrior in their name. Battle Warrior Turbo, let's go. Wow. Oh my god, Rebecca, please. I'm never dueling you again. What? What do you mean on Friday? Okay, she's finally starting him out of life points. Oh, Rebecca Black, okay.
Apparently, they mentioned this just in conversation on Desert Bus. Apparently, she actually has like done a bunch of actually like good music since then.
Yeah. It also didn't occur to me
And it's
because
just like,
Rebecca here does have a canon last name. It's Hawkins, so I wouldn't have thought of Rebecca Black.
But yeah, I think that I like also that is like not really like, in the cultural like
Yeah.
it's been like 20 years or whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
not 20 years, but you know, it's been a while.
It's been 3,000 years.
In at least 2,000 years.
In Dragon Ball, the only characters who have last names are Goku's family. Everyone else is a mononym.
Imagine if there was just an arc where it turned out there was a villain who had stolen all the last names.
Incorrect, Bulma does not have a last name. It's a common misconception. Her father's name is Dr. Brief. As in, Brief is his first name. Or his only name. Her name is just Bulma. Tien also doesn't count because it's just an alternate writing of his Japanese name, which is Tenshinhan, which is all one word. I was pretty sure her name was Panchi. Yeah, did they change that? Apparently it's a retcon as of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Okay, so here's the thing. The name Panchi was never technically canon. It was just the name that she was just Mrs. Brief, apparently. As in Dr. Brief's wife.
Right.
Not as in her name. And so people asked Akira Toriyama, what's her name? And she's like, oh well, I never really came up with a name for her, but I guess I'd call her Panchi. And then, you know.
It's like, you know, now that I say it out loud, my naming scheme might be kind of weird.
No, it's just that it was never officially canon, and so Dragon Ball Z Kakarot came up with their own name, and now it's technically higher canon of something that was in media versus something that was just stated by the author. Hey,
Hey, Ace Attorney also had a character named Bikini.
Named after the atoll. I assume that
Yeah, I mean, then there's Vegeta
the
and Bulma's
clothing is
daughter.
also like it had. Presumably, there's something else it was named after, and it's now sort of like that's what people think of, but
Yeah,
I don't
then-
actually know.
Yeah. Then there was Vegeta and Bulma's daughter, who in the Japanese version is just named Bra. Although it's
Look,
yeah, it was
I
local.
take it the localizers were like, we can't. No.
Well, they yes and no. It was just the way that it was romanized made it different. Because I mean, the English word bra would be written as, bra, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the L to R thing, it ended up as bulla.
Yeah.
Intentionally romanized it wrong.
Yeah, I think that seems pretty likely. There's no way they didn't know what the intention there was, and they were like, we're going to ignore that.
Yeah. I mean, we got Trunks.
Yeah, but that's not as like immediately like it's used like that word is used other ways,
I suppose,
right?
yeah.
You could be talking about trees. You could be talking about like like swim trunks are like not even like it's like not an under like yeah.
I'll give you a spicy take in response to that. Trunks is a less feminine undergarment name. It's a masculine undergarment name, so that's okay.
I would not think of trunks as being an undergarment. Period.
Okay, well.
Like, I'm assuming there is a situation where it is, but I would normally think of like swim trunks.
Yeah, I suppose so. Finally, we beat Rebecca.
Like, with that said, I absolutely, in general, yes, there is a tendency for more feminine coded things to then like have that additional sort of barrier there. But I think in the case of Trunks, like, no. It's not like his name is like Typewriters.
So I've heard that so Mr. Satan's like real name in the Japanese version so Mr. Satan is just an alias, by the way. That's not his actual name. I don't mean the fact that the dub changed his name to Hercule. I mean that literally that's not his name. He was from the Satan family dojo, Satan Castle dojo, and so he was like the face of that dojo, so he was Mr. Satan. His actual name is Mark. Which would be, Romanized more like Maku, which you can rearrange into Akuma.
Yeah.
So the same type of thing as his daughter Videl. It's an anagram. Yep.
Let he who is a man of reason calculate.
Oh, we got a domesticated imp.
Get them reintroduced into the wild.
Oh boy, Miracle of Nature, my favorite. It's because Toriyama housewife syndrome. Toriyama was not good at writing female characters.
Yeah, and then that was the last thing she ever did that wasn't being Gohan's mom. Anyway, I think this is probably a good spot to call it. We've been going for about 3
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Now that we finished the Rebecca trial.
Alright, now time to shove the timeline into the box.
Yep,
That's how saving works.
yep. So true. Thank you for coming. And
No
see you
problem.
all next time. Next week, Saturday, is my 30th birthday. So we may be doing something special. We'll see.
Me. A happy birthday, or I'm sorry, whichever you feel is more appropriate.
Okay, no los dos.
Yeah. Alright. Well, thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.